Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the number one source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I am your host. Folks, today Goldilocks is sharing information very profound and important to prepare us for the revaluation of currencies around the world. By this time, I would imagine that each and every one of you listening to this are aware that it is gold that's going to back our currencies, silver, commodities. But what about other assets that will further strengthen our currencies? And just what if the banking system is adopting all of these changes in preparation for the revalue of currencies and those commodities, such as the revaluation of gold. You see gold going up in price. The revaluation of silver. You see silver going up. All of this in preparation for the switch in the banking system. Let's jump right into what Goldilocks is sharing today. Goldilocks asked a very poignant question. This is the question. Is it a deliberate shift toward an asset-backed economy underway? I'm going to ask that the question again. This is from Goldilocks. Is there a deliberate shift toward an asset-backed economy underway? Meaning, is it in motion and can Goldilocks see it? Goldilocks states, as of this month, December 2025, mounting evidence suggests that regulators, policymakers, and institutions are actively supporting higher prices, meaning higher values, meaning higher rates on gold, silver, and digital currencies as part of a gradual transition to a more asset-referenced monetary system. Folks, these are the foundations that will back our currencies in the new banking system for the revaluation. Gold, foundation. Silver, foundation. Digital assets, foundation. This is where the regulations that President Trump pushed to have approved and signed into law happen. Central banks continued, Goldilocks is stating, aggressive gold accumulation this year, meaning Central Bank of Iraq, Vietnam, Germany, Russia, China, all their central banks, the United States, all have continuously purchased more gold. Folks, this is what's going to back our currencies. Silver also, Goldilocks has stated, has surged amid exploding industrial demand because silver is very, very active and involved and utilized in solar panels, electric vehicles, electronics. Folks, this is the support and the strength behind our currencies, our paper currencies. What Goldilocks is seeing is that these institutions, which many of you have banking relationships with now, They are actively investing more in the same assets that are going to back our paper currencies. See, folks, meanwhile, the BRICS nations launched what they call the unit, which is a pilot gold-backed digital currency on their blockchain. Why do they have that and other countries don't? The United States has something different. What Goldilocks is stating is that these moves occur against unsustainable global debt levels. This is where the debt for the U.S. will be paid off. These assets, digital assets, paper currency and assets, will be funnels. They will be tools to offset the debt here in the United States. See, it's not just going to be the revaluation of currencies. Also, we're looking at the revaluation of gold, silver, and other commodities. It is those assets that raise the value also, not only, but also, not solely, but also raise the value of our paper currencies. Are you beginning to see how there's much more that has gone into the revaluation of paper currencies? Are you beginning to witness how, are you beginning to realize how the paper currencies is actually a part of a, not just the only part of a global currency, a global reset, but a global reset whereby paper currencies is a part of the whole, not the whole part. We're moving into a gold-backed system. Why would you not think that gold will revalue first? It's already begun. Many of you have already seen it. Gold prices, the gold has reached its all-time high. Silver, all-time high. Paper currencies will reach their all-time highs. What Goldilocks is stating is that, yes, an asset-referenced monetary system can and often has included paper currencies. This is what we see coming. Is what Goldilocks is showing. The key distinction, ladies and gentlemen, is between the backing of assets in the physical form of the money, as in paper notes, coins, or digital. These are key concepts Goldilocks wants you to pay attention to and be aware of and prepare for. Currency derives its value from being redeemable for a fixed amount of a tangible asset like gold or silver or other commodities. The paper currency themselves are usually paper but represent a claim of another asset, such as gold, such as silver, such as other commodities. See, fiat money, think of yourselves as we're moving into the new banking system. Fiat money, ladies and gentlemen, purely backed by government decree and trust, and just with a printing on the currency stating that this paper currency that you hold in your hand is backed by the faith and full guarantee of the government. What does that mean if that government is in debt? If the paper currency you have, if that government is broke, if that government is in a major deficit, if that government is struggling to pay their bills, what is that government printing on your paper currency? What do you have in your hand if that government that backs that currency that stated that this currency is backed by the faithful and guarantee of this government? What do you have if that government is choking? You have nothing. This is where the gold, silver, and other commodities that they've been accumulating are going to come into play. Historical examples of paper currencies and asset reference systems was the gold and silver certificates back in the early 70s, Goldilocks is stating. The gold standard in the early 19th and 20th century. The Bretton Woods between the 1940s and 1971. In modern context, in discussions of shifting, ladies and gentlemen, to a more focused on digital forms of and efficiency and transparency in the blockchain-based system, gold is golden. In short, Goldilocks is stating, our paper currencies are fully compatible with asset referenced systems. Gold. The reference is about backing, not the material of paper currency that we hold. Most historical asset-backed monies used paper notes as the everyday circulating form. But my beautiful people, you God-fearing people, you wise people, it is gold, which is the original currency, God's currency, that will back our paper currencies to prepare for the revaluation of all currencies. Goldilocks is stating that it is possible that the dollar, gold, and digital frameworks join together to create our new economy. Goldilocks even stated that 8 years ago, a friend told Goldilocks it was possible. Goldilocks is stating it looks like it's coming to fruition. Goldilocks even asked this question: why silver prices are rising strongly, gold prices are rising strongly? Goldilocks stating silver is surging due to a powerful combination of explosive industrial demand for silver, constrained physical supply, and supportive economic monetary conditions. The fundamentals behind silver is strengthening the value of it, and it's going to strengthen the value of our currencies. Goldilocks is stating that there is an institutional shift towards physical gold in return to metal standards. What are metal standards? Gold is a metal. Silver is a metal. And these are the investor trends that Goldilocks is sharing. The investors, folks, are those who invest in Forex and transact in Forex daily in the trillions of dollars. Goldilocks sees their trends. Why not follow the trends to prepare to understand what is coming? Institutional investors are increasingly favoring physical silver, Goldilocks is stating, over paper settlements. This mirrors a broader de-dollarization, meaning they are running away, investors are running away from physical US dollar. They're running towards silver and gold. What's going to back our currencies? Silver and gold. That's a trend. The institutional investors, which are the major wealth management firms, they are the trendsetters. You know how on social media you have influencers? You can consider them trendsetters. You can have a brand, a liquor company, clothing company, whatever it may be. They get a celebrity, and they have that celebrity do a dance or something on TikTok, and it's a trend. It doesn't even have to be a celebrity. It could be an everyday person. They just want a trend to go viral. If you follow that trend, you'll see how it picks up steam. Now, I don't follow trends, so I don't care. I don't pay attention. But a trend that I want to follow is of what's going to back our currencies. Because so as the trend goes, so do the masses of the people who follow the trend. So historically, U.S. silver certificates redeemable for physical gold, for physical certificates, that ended a long time ago. Now we're moving into the digital formation. We're moving now, Goldilocks is showing, into the digital transformation. What we are witnessing is the scarcity of, and this is a trend, the scarcity of the US dollar because it's getting weaker. And the trend is shifting towards the paper currencies that many of us hold, especially in emerging markets. The trend also is showing the physical commodities, such as gold, silver, and others, are rising in their values as well, which shows the trend that the paper currencies are next. Folks, continue to follow Goldilocks and what we bring forth to share with you so that you're prepared for this blessing. Be well, folks. We love you. Ciao.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.